Cool. Let's jump into patch 11.18. This is Worlds patch. This is the patch that Worlds will be played on. And it's a doozy, so we're going to kind of go through a lot of the smaller changes, and we'll definitely stop for some of the bigger ones. First up is Aphelios, whose basic attack damage has been decreased by 2.
Nice.
Yeah,
Ash's
fuck that character.
Ash's volley has been has had its oh my god. Ash's volley has
Aiden has had a stroke. He hit master and he's fucking gone now.
I think it's because I said volley, but then I also wanted to say
Yeah.
W, even though it's the same thing. Ash's W cooldown has been increased early, which is her volley.
Yeah, so by 4 seconds at
That
first
seems like a
rank,
lot,
that's-
but
Yeah.
I'm sure
Yeah.
it'll be fine.
Camille, passive cooldown is increased early. It looks like from 16 up to 20 at
Fuck
level
Camille.
1 through 6.
The
Good.
champ is cracked.
Yeah, character's fucking nuts. I don't think this is enough. I personally think that they really need to decrease the amount of true damage her fucking Q does. It's wild.
I don't think it does enough, actually.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
She killed me from
And all
any
you stand
health.
for. Also, just quick note that they did put on this patch is that these changes are targeted at pro play.
Yeah.
Obviously, a lot of them are going to affect all levels, but like Nick said, it's the Worlds patch. They are trying to get things in order for a competitive level playing field at Worlds.
Yeah.
Cool. Draven has a big change. His ultimate now executes based on adoration stacks. So if you have 500 stacks, your ultimate will execute any character that gets hit below 500 health.
Yeah.
Which is I don't think it's going to be a big change, but it's really interesting that like there's a strategy to where you don't want to get a kill and ruin your adoration stacks until a big team fight where you can just like one hit someone.
Yeah.
Like I don't think it's a viable strat, but it's interesting.
So I don't think it's like crazy for a Draven to get 300 stacks. I think anything past 300 is like just like a fantasy or whatever it is, but say it's 300. Is if his like first part of his ult does 200 and the second part of his ult does 200, like that means he can kill someone from 700. Like
yeah, I guess so.
Because the second part it's like what it brings them down to. Like
true.
But like that's a lot.
That is a lot, yeah.
But
it'll be interesting.
It's more of a gimmick for sure. But I just don't want there to be a playstyle where you purposely don't get obviously you'll get a kill, but like you purposely farm up for a fight so your ult does more. But
yeah, it's weird. Like I understand the execute idea. Like it makes sense for Draven, but it's weird that it seems like they're going 1-to-1 with it, and like they could really easily like cap it or have a lower ratio, or like they could go a lot of ways with it that don't feel so weird off the bat. Again, I don't think it's going to make any like major difference to actual gameplay. I mean, maybe the level 6 power spike will be different because typically if you're just farming to level 6, you're going to have like 100 stacks.
Yeah, 100, 125, something like that max.
Yeah, somewhere around there. So like having an extra 100 damage on your kill attempt at level 6 is pretty big. Or like the fringe case of like, I don't know, fucking top lane Draven just power farming the first like 15 minutes, waiting for one fight to bring out his 400 stack R. Like that's really nothing. I think it's really just like that first level 6 fight that could be frustrating, where it's like he's already strong enough early. Does he need an extra 100 damage on that?
Yeah. Like, I don't think it's annoying to look at an item like Collect. Like, an item like Collector, you go, oh, that item's actually not that good. It's, like, annoying sometimes that you get executed by it, but, like, this is that maybe on crack, but we'll see.
Yeah, well, yeah. Collector is, what, 25 HP?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
5%, yeah.
Oh, is it 5%?
Yeah, it's 5%.
Okay. Dr. Mundo, his R now grants bonus health on cast instead of healing for missing health, and the healing over time has been decreased later.
It's cool.
So that first chunk is not going to be fucked by grievous ones? Is that he's
his initial HP gain is going to be more standard.
Yeah.
And the overall healing will be kind of the same-ish.
Yeah, so he gains overall, I would say. Bonus health instead of healing. So yeah, that first cast is not going to be reduced by Grievous.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fizz.
Yeah, so Fizz's passive damage reduction is increased against basic attacks, and his W base damage is increased, and his R damage is decreased. So some changes overall. I think this will overall be like, I don't think much will change for the character. I think his W getting extra damage is nice, but his R actually lost a decent amount of damage.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
I only think it's like a little problematic that they're shifting a lot of, well, not even a lot. They only added 10 damage to all ranks. Yeah, I think this is fine.
Yeah.
This is a good change.
I could see this actually leading back to more of like the tank bruiser Fizz.
Yep.
I don't think it'll like hard shift it in that direction, but like with how good Sunderer's been, this flat damage reduction versus basic attacks, like I could see it happening. I don't know if it necessarily will, but I'd say look out for it.
Yeah, it's still 8 plus 2%, but still, yeah, I could see that being like enough to change some stuff.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Gangplank base health and health growth is increased.
Nice.
Jace passive duration decreased, a little bit less movement speed for him when he changes forms.
Nice.
Jinx.
Go ahead. Jinx's Q mana cost has been reduced for fish bones.
Fog. Kai'Sa's E cooldown is reduced late.
Why? Never buff her. Never buff that character.
I actually think
World's
that's a fine
patch.
change.
Only nerf Kai'Sa ever.
This has to be in S tier.
Yeah. Callista, our knockup duration is decreased at early ranks.
World's patch, we can't have Callista there. Yeah. Karma is getting some base armor increased, and her E base shield is being increased as well.
Is there a character who gets like buffed and nerfed more than Karma, like individually?
No. I think she's a nightmare to balance, though.
I mean, she absolutely is, but it feels like every patch she's getting nerfed and every patch she's getting buffed. Like she's in a constant, like, I don't know, perpetual swing. Anyway, Kog'Maw, his E AP scaling is increased, a little buff to the AP dog.
Yep.
Lee Sin base attack damage has been decreased by 2. They really missed an opportunity here.
True.
It's 68 now. It's a funny number.
It's funny. Lilia's health regen is increased. Her passive healing on large monsters is increased, and her Q and E cooldowns are decreased. We're gonna talk about Lilia in my quick 2-minute Aiden's OP sleeper picks, but I think Lilia's strong right now. So
spoiler, me too, Aiden.
Yeah.
Q and E cooldowns went up, but you said decreased.
Oh, sorry. Wait, Q and E cooldowns decreased is what it says. Yeah, they're definitely both down.
It says. But
5.5 to 6.5. Sorry, 5.5. Wait, that is up for Q.
Yeah, so they said decreased in the fucking blurb, but it's 5.5 up to 6.5.
And E's down.
Well, it's stack duration.
Stack duration, yeah.
I don't even.
This is weird.
So she keeps her movement speed longer.
Oh.
When she Qs.
Yeah.
And her E cooldown
is decreased.
Is that?
Her E is decreased, and her Q stack duration is increased, which is a buff. So they're all buffs. It's just there's wrong with it though.
Billion-dollar company, by the way.
It's such a weird way to phrase that.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Like, I mean, it's just poorly. It's bad. It's not even like weird. It's just bad.
It's just wrong. They're just obviously missed it. Yeah.
Something's wrong.
Mm-hmm. Well, buffs to Lilia, a character who's already pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Misfortune, number of ultimate waves is increased.
Hell yeah.
They gotta buff her up to Lucianar levels, man.
47 waves.
Yeah.
Culling it does so much damage.
Yeah, it does so like 5k.
I was playing as like a full fucking tank with 300 armor, and he was melting me. It was so awful.
I think I got to 5-item Lucian in the game that I played him, and my ult was doing 4,100
I think ulting Baron is the right call as him. Like, I think it's so good. Like, so.
It's crazy. Yeah, I need to play some Lucian. But anyway, Morgana, E cooldown decrease, worlds baby.
Ugh, I hate this change.
Yeah.
I hate this change. I already think you could. Unironically, I think you could get to gold playing E only Morgana. Don't put any other points in any other abilities. They don't fucking matter. Just pick Morgana and press E on your AD carry on cooldown. Yeah. That's the only thing that matters on that character.
Her E is really strong. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Kiana. So Kiana's getting a lot of changes. I don't know enough about her to like say how these will affect her, but her base attack speed is being increased. Her health regen is decreased. Her Q damage against monsters is increased. Her EQ combo targeting is changed, and her E base damage is decreased. So I've heard overall this is like good changes for Kiana. Like it'll make her like strong. Her jungle Kiana was a thing like a year ago, so I'm hoping that doesn't come back, but we'll have to see.
I don't think it's going to come back. I do want to highlight the EQ targeting change. They mentioned that if the target begins a dash or teleport during her EQ buffer, which is the auto aim thing that you guys hate, the Q will aim at their last position the champion was at before dashing and teleporting. So it will no longer follow the dash and teleport.
Good.
And then if you lose vision during the EQ, it will aim at the target's last known position.
Yeah, that's good. Those are good changes.
Yeah. So we got an email about that, and we'll talk more about it later. But I did want to highlight the person that wanted to focus on that particular aspect of it.
Cool. That's really good.
So yeah.
Renekton Empowered W stun duration is decreased.
Why?
The Empowered W lockout now matches his normal W lockout time.
Is Renekton really that strong? I understand what Renekton
again for pro play.
Yeah, it's for pro play because like you pick Renekton right now because he has a 1.5 second targeted stun,
and also gets to build Gordrinker, Sterix, and Conqueror.
Yeah, but like he's actually dead in pro play for this, right? I think.
I don't know. I don't know.
So.
I mean, I think so, but I feel like he's resilient enough that he's survived like other changes, you know?
This one's huge though. This is actually like the main reason why like pros pick him is because it's like actually a point and click, like super easy to hit stun. Like
yeah.
I don't know. Taken half a second off of.
Yeah. It should just scale with ability rank because currently you level it last, and this would shift like him to be a little bit less mobile. I believe a little bit less armor pen as well from his empowered E.
Yeah.
And force him to max W second to get back to the rank that he was at before.
Yeah.
But I thought it was
he's boring as fuck for Worlds. So
he is. Yeah. I mean, he's super hype in team fights when he comes in like with Dominus on.
Yeah.
I thought it was so fucking funny that initially. So they changed it to where the lockout, because you can't like animation cancel it or anything because that only exists on one character. And initially the time it would take you to the time it would take your character to finish the animation for the empowered stun was longer than the time it actually stunned the character.
Yeah.
Like you would Malzahar ult yourself for longer than you would Malzahar at the target that you're ulting.
Yeah, beforehand.
And it was just so funny. Yeah, they fixed it now, but it's just so funny.
Yeah.
Poor Rumble. Yeah, poor Renekton for sure. Rumble passive bonus attack speed is decreased early and now scales with level. The W cooldown has been decreased and no longer scales.
Cool. I like that.
Singed damage dealt during his ult now applies grievous wounds.
I think this is a sick change. Cool. I don't think it's a big deal either, but I really like this direction they're going.
Yeah. Now all they need to do is all of the things we mentioned in our Singed rework.
Our poison rework, you mean?
Yeah. Holy shit, dude. No, I mean that's cool, but if there was like this plus what we had mentioned in
yeah.
Ooh. Spoiler, if you want to go listen to our Patreon sections on YouTube now, just go listen to it on YouTube.
You should still give us money though.
Yeah, it still gives us $1 though after you've listened to it on YouTube.
You're not using it for anything good.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you gonna do? Invest it in Bitcoin and watch it fall?
True.
What happened? It was yesterday, right? Where it lost like 30% of his value.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It's crypto.
Sorry, we'll keep going.
Soraka.
Yes, Soraka and her R now clears grievous wounds before healing.
So I actually think this is a fine change. I think that the healing value needs to be reduced if this effect is going to take place. Because I think it is problematic that it will remove and then heal for the value it had when grievous wounds did affect it. Because like healing has to be balanced around the fact that like you will be cut in half or like approximately half.
That it can be also.
That being said, Riot should just remove grievous wounds at this point. I don't think I've been spouting this the entire week, the entire 2 weeks since this like patch preview came out. I only think the way healing like is ever going to be balanced in this game is if you completely and totally remove grievous wounds and you balance around healing at full effectiveness all the time, always. Reduce it against minions so you can't full heal from, a single wave of minions.
Yeah.
But champion healing needs to be like a flat value that you can tune up and down as needed, and not like, okay, well, if you don't build grievous wounds, you just automatically lose the game. But if you do build it, then the character feels bad until you get far enough in the game that grievous wounds doesn't really matter, because then a healing like playstyle just feels terrible to play against.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I think that's the only way for healing to be like not problematic in the game.
Just change the grievous wounds from 40-60 to 50-80.
But then it feels like shitty to play a healing character, and then the healing characters get buffed to have higher like healing values, and then if you don't build grievous wounds, you kill yourself in Minecraft.
The year is 2030. Soraka no longer heals. I don't know, man.
This is one that I think they could have gone a much more straightforward route, like with Mundo, that instead of like removing grievous wounds beforehand, it could just be that, like, part of it is a true heal, right? Where it's like the first 200 or like the base heal isn't affected by grievous wounds. It doesn't have to be the whole thing.
Even like true heal feels like cancer.
That will be in the game at some point.
No, it'll be a thing eventually, I think.
I'm surprised it's not already. Like, honestly, but
true shield to stop all the people who are buying the fucking Serpent's Fang.
So unironically, in one of those stupid little mobile, and the only stupid mobile game that I play, that's a thing where there's invincibility, there's ignore invincibility, and then there's like, well, this is like true invincibility that you can't ignore.
Yeah.
It's become so stupid and power creeped.
Yeah. That's crazy.
So anyway, that's Soraka. Next, we've got Talia. Casting Q on worked ground now refunds its cooldown. The radius and duration of worked ground has decreased.
Unironically, Aiden, put this character in your list. This character is nasty busted.
So when it said refunds or cooldown, it used to do this, right? At some point, I think. I
don't remember.
Or is it always just mana cost? Maybe
I think it's always just been mana cost.
But when I read that, I was like, damn, it has no cooldown when you're on workaround, so you have to spam Q as fast as you can to throw out pebbles. But no, I do like the fact that it's like half. I think it's fine.
Yeah, that's another thing where like this comment makes it seem so much more ridiculous. Where it gives you back half of the cooldown if you're on worked ground. This is meant to, buff up her jungle a little bit, I think, or
I just in general.
This is meant for mid.
This is meant for mid. Okay, yeah, because in the jungle you're always moving. You don't have
exactly.
Yep. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
She's never gonna be a laner again, I think.
No,
I don't think so. She's too good in the jungle.
Support jungle.
Yeah. Cool.
Talonge.
Yeah,
balance. Q base damage is decreased late. W now deals bonus damage versus monsters. Cool. If there's one character in the video game that I wish didn't have jungle buffs, it would be Talon. I think he functions in a way that like Zac and Hecarim do, where it's, or in Evelynn, Shaco, things like that, where it's just like, okay, this isn't a typical like jungler. You can't put your ward down in normal spots. Like, go fuck yourself, because he just changes the way that the jungle functions.
Give me Blitzcrank jungle buffs. That's what I really need.
Yeah, that's what I want, baby. Give me some Nautilus jungle buffs.
I don't know.
Yeah. Next is Thresh. His base movement speed is decreased. His E passive damage is decreased early, and his bonus damage per soul is increased. Nice.
Okay, those changes for him. Trundle, the slow on his Pillar of Ice has been decreased.
Yeah, fuck support Trundle. You literally max it as support Trundle. Like 6%.
Dumb.
6%.
Boys?
No, 60%.
Boys, I played Action Trundle bot lane versus Soraka Ashe, and it was the most fun time I've ever had in League of Legends.
Yeah,
there's no counterplay to Trundle Pillar.
Yeah.
It's so disgusting.
Crazy.
Twitch ultimate bonus attack damage has been increased. A little AD rat buffs.
Yep, Urgot is getting his Q cooldown and mana cost decreased, which is nice for him.
Yeah. Varus, base attack damage is decreased by 2. Passive bonus attack speed is decreased early, but it is higher later in the game. scaling up to his current 20% at level 13.
Nice.
So it is just a straight nerf for Varus, 2 less attack damage and a little bit less attack speed early on.
He is the single best, like, probably character in solo or in pro play right now.
Yeah, he's crazy.
Oh, he's nuts, yeah.
So
cool.
Yone, W shielding per champion hit after the first is increased. So a small tiny Yone buff.
Yeah, I would love to see that character in pro play. He's just so, like, his ult's so fucking bad in pro play. It's crazy. Yeah. Second last is Yuumi, who got a passive cooldown is decreased. Her passive cooldown is decreased.
I
think it's
Zed, passive now deals bonus damage against monsters. So I think it already dealt bonus damage to monsters, and now it's even more.
Yeah,
something like that.
It's now deals 100% bonus damage. Maybe it was plus 50 or plus 75 before. So that's just a big execute. My biggest issue with it is not so much that I mind Jungle Zed, but that gives him such a strong like steal potential.
It is still capped at 300.
Yeah, which like 300 is not crazy, but I guess like in my head, not only is he gonna like W in and steal your red buff or the dragon or whatever, but then he gets to ulti somebody, potentially pop them, and Duskblade away. Like it's probably not going to be anything, but that's my only issue with like this doing more against monsters. Like if you want to give him strong clear, just like let his E do a little bit more damage for monsters.
Yeah.
Anyway, Zoe, E cooldown decreased. Some Zoe at Worlds, baby. Some stupid character 100 to 0ing tanks with not even one item.
Well, I don't think she can do that now, but
no, I fucking Zoe's so frustrating when she gets ahead and she just comes out of nowhere and pops you.
Yeah.
Misses her EQ but hits you with a fucking like auto attack for 400.
Yeah.
We've got 3 item changes we'll go through really quick. Both of the finished Hydra items, Ravenous and Titanic, will no longer cleave off of turrets, so you won't pull aggro from just having Hydra. And Umbral Glaive's cost is decreased and lethality is decreased as well, so better for supports in champs who need that early boost. Predator has...
That's sad that fucking Hydra doesn't work on towers anymore.
No. So the bonus damage does work on turrets. The only thing that doesn't work is the cleave.
Yeah, Colton means hitting tower and also clearing wave, I think, is what he's like talking about.
Yeah, I mean, you can't do both at the same time, which is, I think, fine, because it also means you don't auto grab turret aggro.
Yeah.
That's fair, yeah.
Predator, its ramp up time has been decreased and the max move speed has been increased. This is kind of scary. I feel like it's kind of right on the fringe of being good.
Predator Nation, baby.
I know Galio's already taking it, and I feel like...
Uh-oh. Go edit that out, Aiden. Stop the podcast. Turn off the cameras.
And I feel like a Jungle Gragas, it's really good on as well. So we'll see. Yeah. It's cool.
Dude, Jungle Nautilus is another one that I think Predator's just fucked on.
Yep.
Because he's a character that it's just like, if he decides that he's camping your lane, what are you gonna do about it?
That's true. I forgot.
What are you gonna do? He's gonna CC you for 6 seconds.
Yeah.
I forgot Nautilus got jungle buffs a while back.
Stupid.
There's a Void Clash this upcoming weekend and the weekend after.
Nice.
No, I'm sorry. There's only one 2 weeks from now, September 18th and 19th, but you can form your team next weekend. Match history, web match history, the Riot provided one is offline because no one used it because it was bad compared to third-party websites. Didn't even load half the time. A ton of bug fixes, and then, of course, the upcoming Pentakill skins, the Dissonance of Pentakill Viego, and Hextech Tristana.
Hell yeah.
So one bug fix that I do want to mention in here that I thought was hilarious. Viego can no longer access Ornn's passive Living Forge to forge items while possessing him.
Yeah.
I think that this is just building items, not getting the upgrades. Is that correct?
So the way it would work, Colton, is you could turn into Ornn and you could upgrade his teammates' items.
Oh, you could do both parts of it.
Yeah, so like, but it would, so like, if a teammate had an item that they didn't want to upgrade, you could just upgrade it for them.
Yeah, but I also think Colton's maybe, right? Where like Ornn has the passive where you can just build items outside of lane.
Oh, I don't.
Or
yeah.
in lane. So I don't know, because I know a while ago they did say that the like mythic item upgrade was an intended mechanic and not just like a bug.
Oh,
although it would not surprise me if they like flipped it back.
So he can still upgrade his teammates' items if he
not his teammates, the
wall.
enemy teammates.
Oh.
So you turn into Ornn, you kill Ornn, and then you can upgrade Ornn's teammates' items.
Wait, really?
That's how it works. Yeah.
I thought it was you could upgrade your own teammates.
I think maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm smoking something. I thought it was that because if it's your teammates' items, I think it's actually OP. Like, but I thought it was the other way around.
It's fucked if you get to upgrade your whole team's items by killing Ornn.
If you click on someone as Ornn, then it doesn't make sense that you'd be able to upgrade them because you're attacking. I don't know. Either way, so maybe someone can fill us in. Yeah. But I know either way, like they said that one was intended. I just assumed it was that way because like otherwise I think it would be OP. But it's cool that they removed the foraging stuff because that was probably a little bit strong. You pentakill their team, turn into Ornn, build a full fucking item.
Yeah. You pentakill their team, you fucking buy your GA, and then you just keep going.
Oh, that'd be crazy in the middle of a fight. Buy a GA. That's crazy. That'd be really cool.
I don't know if you'd have the time to do that because you have to be out of combat and build it, right? But
I mean, obviously you can if like they remove that, or else like you'd assume.
Dude, Viego could though. He just fucking missed for 12 seconds.
I mean, like not in a like big team fight, like in a lane. Yeah, sure, I can understand that. Like in a gank
team fight, use AFK and build a GA.
Yeah, yeah. Also, how do you feel about you guys feel about the pentakill skins being different but also using the same cast of champions? Because I feel like so as soon as I saw this, I went to Reddit because hey, guess what, guys? Pentakill good, KDA bad.
Yeah,
and it was not difficult to find comments saying I cannot believe Riot is releasing KDA 2 with the same exact characters. What a money grab. And then I go to the Pentakill thread and that sentiment does not exist at all.
Yeah, and I posted that before even like looking at Reddit. Like I posted it in our Discord. I'm like, oh, this is kind of weird that they're just redoing these. I'm like, is this the first time they've done it? People are like, no, they did it for like Pentakill. Sorry, they did it for KDA. I'm like, I guess that is the exact same thing. But I definitely remember there being backlash with the KDA one. But
yeah, and I don't see that with Pentakill one. So I'm just curious to see what.
I'm sure there is, but it's just less. It's definitely less. I think people in general don't like KDA, and there's definitely a cult following for Pentakill.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I would say also there's maybe something to be said about like from the start, KDA was more of a money grab, air quotes, because like in reality it was just something that was really good and designed to be highly profitable as well.
I get that.
So like, sure, it's a money grab in as much as the fucking like farmer selling you corn is a money grab. But like, I feel like when Pentakill first came out years and years and years ago, it was like much more the sentiment of like they just made this because they thought it was cool.
Yeah, it was cool and goofy. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, where like there was intent from KDA along like not only is this going to be cool, but it's going to be very, very profitable. And so like Pentakill 2 versus KDA 2 skins is like I completely more of that, but yeah,
there is definitely a difference, right? Like you definitely have a team of like a marketing staff figuring out that like Ahri is a very profitable character, whereas they definitely just threw together fucking people who were like kind of metal characters.
Yeah, nobody in the marketing team said, you know what's gonna sell skins? Yorick.
Yorick, yeah.
Yorick. People love Yorick skins.
I think that's fair. I think that's a really good like opposite side to look at from that.
What if we turn his fucking shovel into a guitar?
Yeah.
People would buy that, right? Anyway, cool. So that I think we talked about the whole event with the album for that. So that's pretty much the Worlds patch, right?
Yeah, that's Worlds patch. That's new news now that we're an hour into the show.
Hell yeah, let's fucking get through the 5 stories real right quick.